off this evening. Last map of the quarterfinals, and that will finish off Playday number 4 for LATAM. James, it's flew in, hasn't it? Already, we're nearly done.
Already. And after this, we've only got 2 more best of 3s, which will decide who is going to be flying out to Croatia in December.
After here, only 5 more playdays. This is number 10 right now in terms of everything. So we are nearing the end already, and we know everybody then at the end of this, literally by this time next week, we will know every single team who will be going to LAN, which I think is going to be like a really good one if you look at everybody who were kind of pitching to get there. Oh my, it's going to be like DreamHack Montreal, isn't it? The way that you had like such a stacked event.
Yeah, no, it's going to be pretty stacked, I guess, and we're going to see who's going to be indeed heading there. We'll see how things are going to go on Clubhouse, however, as we see Guardians versus Black Dragons, Capitão, Maverick, Mira, and Echo all removed off the board by the respective teams. We'll have a look exactly how that's going to be playing out. It's pretty standard bans, really.
It is.
Has not been the way things have been going tonight, really.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by it. It's very mediocre bans. There's nothing really that we look at and say, oh my word, that's absolutely... Everything is basic, everything we're used to. It's not like what we've seen earlier from one of our series where we've seen Jaeger ban, for example, which is pretty wild. It's pretty tame here. We don't want to liven things up, do we?
Not quite yet, but getting into round number 1, we're going to see the CCTV cash room hold. Of course, because Black Dragons had the better round difference overall in the series by 1 round, they get to choose to go to defense first here on Clubhouse. It is crazy how them winning 1 extra round on Bank may have won them the series there, just by being able to choose Clubhouse defense first.
Yeah, well, Clubhouse is, again, another very defender-sided map when it comes to these bans. Maverick gone, it means that Cash is a lot more difficult to deal with, and whenever Capitão is also off the board, it gives Bandit much more of an impact. So we're expecting to see people go below and literally use the impact grenades that Sophia gets, and potentially some nades being chucked in by Kano, but there is Jaegers on the board, there's ADSs scattered around. Could be a tough one, though, for Guardians to break down. They really need to coordinate their downstairs push to get those Sophia in and then get those charges spin out, and then hopefully Panico can't do what he wants to do, and that is upset the entire round. And literally, if he can bandit trick both of them, that's the round said and done, pretty much.
They haven't barricaded the door next to the bandit, however, so Sophia can actually move up to the drone hole and put a Sophia charge through there, and that will stop Panico from bandit tricking. Do they have a shield?
They have a shield in the drone hole.
Apparently I'm blind.
Yeah, you couldn't see it that well. But
okay, no, I see it now. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, I just about caught a glimpse of it, so...
Well, you could still nade it. Like, that's not a hard shield to nade whatsoever, so... There's definitely potential they might not even have to go downstairs whatsoever, and we'll see drones are going to be coming out from Brady, and he's going to be able to see what's going on.
Just droning, seeing what he's working with and what he's up against. Wyke stationed up in Catwalk. No surprise there from the Maestro. He can access to the cameras. He doesn't have to worry about getting burned out alive, because there is no Capitão, as that was banned by Dragons themselves, so they can set them off nicely for a very strong defensive half. KDS instead going with the Sophia stuns right into the back, but now he is prone to a quick peek. He didn't actually land any shots. I'm pretty sure he did get stunned, the man who was peeking around the window, but wall has been opened up in the midst of that, so at least they have confirmed what they wanted to get out of that, and that was to open up the wall. So that's the first step done now for Dragons, and I'm seeing a lot of... or first step done for Guardian, should I say, and I see a lot of them kind of gathering around the back end of the site in towards the west. So could we be on for a construction take as well? Because that would be really interesting to see.
I mean, this is kind of like standard, right? Like what most teams should be expected to do at this point, where they open up that east server wall quickly, and then they rotate around and they go for that construction push and open all that up. But it's going to be KDS who finds the first kill of the round live, already off the board. That's the Jaeger down. Not a huge utility pick, but a pick nonetheless. Black Dragons will lose that opening engagement. KDS will move down. He's going to know there's a Valkyrie down here still playing before, since we did have a drone down here earlier from Guardians.
Someone called Pumpkinhead just got banned. What such a fitting name to get banned in this incredible evening of fun festivities.
He's going to get carved up.
Was that one? I'll give you that one. I'll give it. There you go. I'm happy now. You finally, I broke you, which is great to see. But still, nothing compared to me, James. Just don't forget that in the pun game. So now for Guardians, they're set up really nicely. They have some damage done to PZD as well, so he has to be careful with what he pushes, and everybody pretty much in Guardians is on decent health. Everybody is there ready to go. Panico does get the first kill back for Black Dragons. That's KDS. That was the man who was holding the breach cross. So we could theoretically just see a very aggressive bandit run out in towards B-bomb site. Don't have to worry about getting opened up. And now Black Dragons can try and hold it since they do have that cover.
Oh, well, it's going to be a nice entry coming out from Guardians across the board. PZD finds one, and the Nitro will come out from Panico, find another. Oh, what a shot from PZD, but he'll instantly get traded out, and it's going to be all down to Panico to try and bring this in. Kano is going to be adrenal surging himself as he goes for the chasing of the kill here. Desperate to find him on secret, but he's not going to be there. He escaped into Supply Room instead, and Black Dragons will take the first round in a desperate 1v1. Nice setup from the Bandit there with the Nitro as well from Panico, but
PZD, the real star there, wasn't he?
He saved it.
That was incredible. I think that just kind of shows that Black Dragons, they have great crossfires. It looks as if they're really synergizing a lot better. You must have given him the vibe pass. You must have.
I may have done in the. Good. I may have sent a quick message and said.
So you're biased towards Black Dragons. Good to know.
I admit nothing. I'm going to be moving into a church Arsenal room defense, however.
Question for you, because I never really asked you this, right?
Sure.
You can clearly tell what team fan I am, can't you? You know what team fan I am, don't you?
Hmm?
What team am I a fan of?
The one who wins quicker?
No, just in general, over at esports. You should know this by now.
Esports? Is it Empire, maybe?
Come on, you know what it is. It's a secret.
It's Black Dragons.
No. Mine would be like Team Secret and Navi. I kind of have to like put in the same level, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually know what like you're a big fan of. Like, what is like your diehard team?
Probably Space Station. I'm quite a big fan of Space Station.
Well, how are you an NA fanboy? You're from EU.
I like Space Station.
Oh my word!
Well, also I've known Thinking Nade for like as long as he was playing the game, so.
I guess I sent by Citizen, to be fair.
So, we'll see how things are going to be going down from Black Dragons as we'll move into round number 2. A successful first defense from them, but it was a 1v1, of course. Very, very close to the table. This is, I don't know which way this is going to go, because I think that was actually a really good attack from Guardians. They just completely threw it away, would not be able to trade out PZD.
First round always means a lot. It gets you in the right mindset of that winning mentality. Just means that you have that one round. You can play off it, see how you set up now. They go for the basement. This one, in theory, should be very easy for Guardians to kind of play out, because Habana hasn't been banned. But then again, Habana hasn't been chosen either from Guardians. They should be bringing that operator whenever it is available, knowing that it's the basement. You cannot open up a lot with just the Thermite here.
They did the same thing on Bank where they were not bringing a Maverick. They're not a fan of bringing a double hard breacher. But they love bringing this Finker. They've been bringing this Finker
Does nothing.
every single round.
Just drop it. Sure, the LMG with the Adrenaline Surge is nice, but that's literally it. That's all you get. And the frag grenades can help, but there's like a buck or a sledge could do that for you. Also, just crouch walking down the main stairs with about 50 drones in front of him.
I'm a fan of this. I actually like what he's doing here, but
he's gonna get absolutely slammed. What do you
might
say?
Not do. All he needs to do is like get to the bottom of there and just be able to frag grenade it out, but he's not going to be too happy about that situation. He's going to rotate up onto the Moto instead, realizing that if that Moto hatch isn't open, it's not going to end too well for him. PZ is actually ADS tricking.
I like that.
Latin America seems to be the only region I've known to be able to successfully ADS trick multiple times.
First Thermite charge as well, being used on the Moto hatch. Am I right in saying that they're going to set up for like a triple wall? Like this is very year one-esque meta. Whenever you only have the Thermite, Habana should have been brought. I really feel as if they lose that round, it is down to them not being able to open up the other hatches to provide more pressure onto the defense. Because like we know, this specific bomb site, it is such a cluster in the long term. It just, whenever that time starts building up, nobody gets killed, all the utility is still available, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, it really can be. They're having a lot of issues trying to clear out blue right now. PZD's doing a pretty good job of holding all of that down right now. Brady could be droning it all out, and he will go for the drop onto the hedge. And he's actually going to go for the church wall, but it's going to be PZD who kicks things off in terms of kills, as Kingstar is going to go down, and this is still PZD holding onto blue. And if they can't get that blue control, it's not going to end too well for Guardians. It is going to try and move in, but these smokes are blocking his entry and blocking his sightlines. Oh, almost finding that kill onto live, but no, I think a buff is going to continue to go out. He's going to be forced to push out of there, and Brady is going to take down Wag, but PZD finds yet another kill in blue. GDN finds one to Brady. Kano immediately trains it all the way through, pushes all the way into blue. Is able to get all the way in. It goes for another Finker buff, does take down Panico, and now brings it into a 2v2. He also managed to revive Thatcher. It looks like Senkai, who all the way moves in. PZD goes down. It's all down to GDN behind Black Box. GDN's Legion Mine actually saves him there. Senkai goes down, and he finds the clutch.
Just, another real sickener if your Guardians coming so close. Kano especially went in big time, but the Goo Mine seemed to be the end-all and be-all of that round. Literal Goo Mine just saves the day for them, and Black Dragons, just by the skin of their teeth, they managed to scrape on by with, yet again, another defensive win. If they get any closer, James, they'll just be skeletons.
So then, that's like a really awkward setup as well to push this. And I really like how Guardians are, how Black Dragons are playing this now, because they have a smoke and they brought a Legion downstairs, and they've noticed that Guardians, they just take a Finker every single round. That's all they do. That's their entire strategy, is just Finker and push, Finker and push. So you saw the smoke playing really well around blue. The smokes going out completely destroyed that push coming through blue. And then the Legion Mine's going down. So like Senkai was like technically 25 HP because he got, I don't know if he got revived or he just got buffed straight up because he was very low HP. But by stepping on a Legion Mine, it removes the Finker buff.
It does, yeah. That's the thing that we talked about in the previous map.
Yeah, at which point he's only 5 health, and then the tick will kill him eventually after that. So, things not looking too good right now for Guardians, but they brought into 2 1v1s and haven't been able to clutch out either.
I still don't know how they got it that close, to be honest. Like, if you look at it on paper, you're not bringing Hibana, you're literally pushing in through doorways, and still Dragons are crumbling under that pressure, which we have to question Guardians in that aspect. So they go to the third bomb site now, their tertiary, and they're setting up for gym and bedroom, but also extending in towards construction and cash. Standard, nothing out of the ordinary for me anyway. It just comes down to see how Guardians want to try and take this, because they're very limited to what they can open. Not having the Maverick, because it is banned, does kind of sanction you off away from the pack, and you have to go for like a more unusual take, where you have to like throw nades or go over towards the gym, and he still managed to make that work. So they are really trying to get this wall open, but yeah, Bandit just says no.
That was beautiful bandit tricking coming out from Wag, but massive mistake from Guardians then not to open up the gym window, because there's no castle being played here at all. This is a very easy bandit trick to stop. And yeah, they're still not going to do it. They're not going to do anything about that. Nade is going to go out, but Wag is unable to get it. And Jacuzzi wall get opened up, but it's not going to matter that much.
Because he has bandit tricked one of the Thermites, now they don't have enough to open up that double wall. There's no Hibana, which, again, why are you not bringing it? Makes no sense to me. Bring that operator whenever it's there on Clubhouse. You need 2 hard breachers or it's not going to work. You look at it now for Guardians, they will literally be pushing in to a tunnel of death that will be stacked with smokes and C4s, and everything just comes at them. There's probably the man on main stairs. You'll try and stop them as well from pushing in, but at the moment they've actually cleared main stairs as KDS is on that kind of little mini like roof above the freezer, which is like an angle we don't see all too often, but it works well if you want to try and push in towards the main corridor. But as long as like Wag is alive in bathroom, nobody really gets past him.
Yeah, it does seem to be the case so far. Senkai going to be joining it all out from the hatch. We'll see the slow push starting to come in from Guardians to try and make their way into the site. 1 minute left to go on the clock. We will see GDN still holding down onto logistics area, but things should start to go well for Guardians here. They actually have a decent amount of control to be able to cut this all off, but they don't have too much for the execute. They're going to need in here, and they're going to need some frags if they want to make something work. GDN still playing aggressively with his shotgun, making sure that he can do whatever he wants. Journal Surge is going to go out, and they just collapse on GDN. He just goes straight down, and Kano gets one, KDS gets another, but Wag is starting to do the work against them. He finds 2 as well from the construction push. This is actually looking much better for Black Dragons, as Live is going to go for the retake. Kingstar goes down, and it's all down to Senkai and Kano to try and bring this in.
Just very poor communication there from Guardians. The fact that only 2 of them went for the actual push has just left them in such a bad state, because as soon as those frags get refragged back, Yeah, just Black Dragons, they lock it out. And Guardians, 3-0, they're down. This is like new territory for us because we typically, at this point in the game, we actually see Guardians leading by like a hefty amount. Not this time. Black Dragons all control, and I just think that it's going to be Black Dragons going up against MIBR in the next round. I have it in a gut feeling that they are going to take Clubhouse.
It's looking like it. Guardians, either way, have managed to send us through Outsider. Clubhouse has been a decent map for both of these teams, and you would think at this point, really, that we would see a bit of a change-up in strategy coming out from Guardians, but they seem pretty set with this whole strategy they already have going for them. They haven't brought the Thinker this time. I'm hoping that Kano doesn't 6-pick the Ash here as we go back to a CCTV room, but yeah, I gotta say, I know you've said it multiple times, but the Hibana missing from this lineup is a big misstep from Guardians, I think.
It is.
But we'll see how they want to do this time. And to be fair to them, this did come down to a 1v1. A 1v1 that shouldn't have really happened because they actually managed to get quite a lot of control of the site, and PZD basically saved the round for them. But, well, I guess we'll see how things do go down. Interesting though, this time that Guardians, they haven't brought Capital obviously because he's banned.
Yep.
But they haven't brought anything to kind of like help here. They haven't brought nades.
Nope.
I think that really, if you're not having Capital, you kind of need nades.
You know, it's you go now and you're attacking a bomb site that you've already attacked. At this stage, you have to think, I know what you did last bomb site. Just makes no sense.
Well, also this time, Black Dragons are not putting a shield down. They've actually barricaded the door this time. I think, honestly, like putting a barricade down there is way better than putting a shield there. Because the shield can just so easily just get destroyed and you've already lost all of utility at that point. Whereas simple barricade just gives you a lot of time to deal with it.
Indeed. Okay, Black Dragons, can you make this 4? Can you make it a 4 of a kind? Can you? Can you make it quads for yourself? Or will finally we'll see Guardians have a bit of a say in this matchup? Because at the moment, it's just been Black Dragons all the way, all over.
Oh my god, what was that?
We talk about decapitations a lot. That was nearly one of them.
Oh my god. If I'm live, I'm like, nope, I'm not going anywhere near there after that.
You just dodged a reverse bear trap right there.
Yeah. Definitely. Loads of drones coming out from Guardians here. And they're looking like to go for the same push they did go for last time. You see the Zofia is coming up onto the server area to try and do what she can to try and clear this all out. I'm going to guess the IQ's here just to protect him as well. But oh, it's going to be GDN goes down. The IQ peeks it out. There we go. GDN's out of it. The ban tricking is going to continue to happen regardless of this. Zofia is not going to use her charge just yet.
Yeah, and they're aware of it. They know that this is what Guardians tried to achieve by eliminating the bandit trick, is by sending in the lifelines. But great reaction though from Guardians, because Sophia, whenever she went for this previously, she nearly got peeked around and got taken out. Kingstar is now that safety protection, that cover, but there is no Sophia stuns anyway. They have to go below if they want to try and get rid of the bandit. There's no way in for them.
Yeah, no way in at all, it looks like. This is looking very, very bad for Guardians right now. They have no entry, but they do have an entry in form of a kill. The Cade is off the board, of course. This is not looking good for Guardians in terms of utility. They haven't been able to get the wall open just yet, and Wag has made his way back to the site as well. And they're going to be expecting this construction side push now with only one thermite charge left remaining. Guardians, I don't really think they have any other choice than to go for this push.
Okay, KDS just barely misses. Oh, what a shot. And finally, Guardians, they have woken up. And Black Dragons, well, they're fallen asleep. Guardians look as if they're going to lock this out. Diffuse gets planted. PZD doesn't have a clue where he's at. And now that is one back for Guardians, but they have to do it another 2 times to at least break even in this half.
Yeah, it's not looking good, ideally, for Guardians here, but I mean, they can still bring this in. Their CC attack is still fine because they are able to get those entry picks at the end of the day. They're able to quickly rotate around to construction. They're able to get it all open regardless of that. But Church also Room has been a bit of a disaster, I think, for Guardians here. And I think the Thinker was just doing them absolutely zero favors here. I'm glad that they brought it out with their lineup, but I would love to see still a Hibana being brought here. But regardless of that, they're actually still making it work. The Nomad being brought. I actually do like the Nomad being brought here.
It makes sense whenever Black Dragons can play aggressive themselves with the kind of positioning that they uphold with themselves. I don't know, James. I still think it's going to be really tough for them to break them down and try and build around from it. Black Dragons look as if they're on top of the game, just so far ahead of Guardians right now. But we could all see that change whenever we see the switch off and then the halftime change. Black Dragons have to go for their attacks. Hopefully they bring Habana, whereas Guardians still not bringing it. Still just no reason whatsoever.
So, moving into round number 5, we will see that downstairs defense yet again coming out from Black Dragons. And last time this was very successful for them, even though it did come down to that 1v1. It was a very desperate last kind of push coming out from Guardians that did manage to bring it into that 1v1. GDN clutched the round last time. Let's see what he can do this round as we'll move in. I actually don't think that Black Dragons have been looking amazing on Clubhouse whatsoever. I think they've managed to get lucky a couple times here. And it's like 1v1s. It's like, as you said before, like down to those 50-50 choices. And it's just come down so close to the wire. I think Guardians, when they move on to their defense, and if they pick up at least another round here, then they definitely stand a chance. Kano going to try and move in, does take Live out the board, and that is dirt control now into the favor of Guardians.
Losing the smoke, more importantly, I think, is the main thing to take away for that. Since they don't have a banner, they are now limited to only one more Thermite charge. More than likely will be on Kitchen Hatch, what does leave that church intact. I like the position, though, that GDN is in. With those goo mines, that's going to help out quite a bit. There's Thatcher off the table, so that Kai charge, it's here to stay. They can't get rid of it now, so Thermite can't really do much. You can try and place it in the soft, and hopefully that reaches over to the reinforced, but that should be easily shot, and yes, it is. This is now the worst-case scenario for Guardians.
Yeah, they can't get the kitchen hatch open. This dirt push is going to be a bit useless now. They do still have the Ash holding down
it has to
there,
be.
Yeah, it's going to be that main stairs onto Church push, hopefully coming out for Guardians, and we'll see how they do react to it. But the smoke going down is a big detriment, I think, here, honestly, to Black Dragons.
Yeah, you know, you think about it. That's like 30 seconds now that Guardians know that they have, but Live just peaks anyway, and Guardians, they need a big old, we'll say Christmas present, since it's getting that time now. We could say they need something from Krampus.
Yeah, they definitely do. Need some sort of gift here given to them, as Brady will try and push down Blue, but instantly with a crossfire will get found out by a PZD, trying to capitalize on that right now. As it looks like we do see a bit of a slower push coming out from Guardians. They find themselves in a 2v4 right now. Kingstar going to try and push down Blue, and he does get a kill out of it, but don't Panico is instantly going to be trying to trade him out, and he will do successfully. It's all down to KDS with all the work to do here in a 1v3, but he's getting lit up. They know where he is. They know he's Moto. This is not looking too good at all. KDS going to be trying to rotate instead around to the other side. 40 seconds left to go on the clock. KDS still holding it down. Does see the head of Panic, but no, not able to find the kill just yet. 30 seconds left to go on the clock. He's desperate to push down here. Trill trying to deal it out with Wag. He's whipping these shots, and Wag eventually will shut him down.
Ah, Jeekers, though. Is there a horror movie about a potato?
Well, if there is, it's called Rainbow6.
Well, he can star in it.
Yeah.
So.
So, round number 6 getting underway, and Guardians desperately need this round to keep themselves in the way.
Oh, yeah.
At 5-1, in most cases, I think we would say that that's map over.
It is.
But, I mean, we have seen a 5-1 already today, and then Elevate completely threw it all away. So, we'll have a look how things go down as we move into round number 6. The CCTV hold, no, it's going to be a gym hold coming down from Blood Dragons. This, last time, was very mixed results.
I still don't know why there isn't a Habana.
Just accept it as no. They do not want to bring in Habana. They don't like the Habana.
They literally lose rounds because they don't bring that operator. The sole reason why they lost the previous churches is because they don't have Habana. No sense whatsoever.
That's how Guardians want to play this out, then that is how it's going to be played out. Round number 6 away, it's going to be the final defense coming out from Black Dragons, of course, unless we do see an overtime. And we'll have a look at what they want to do here. The thing that I don't understand about Black Dragons' results here is that they do actively bandit trick Jacuzzi, but they do not bring a castle. And somehow, last time, Guardians actually got bandit tricked on Jacuzzi, and they didn't even go to gym window or anything like that. So, hopefully we see those mistakes aren't going to be being brought through here a little bit better. As we'll see, Black Dragons, again, pulling down gym. This was a very weird, kind of like late push by Guardians last time.
Okay, Dragons. What have you got in store for us? Pretty standard from what they did last time, and honestly, the last round where Guardians had to attack this, I feel as if it was down to big lack of communication. Whenever you collapse on Clubhouse, you need to do it as a team. There is only 2 guys who went in for a push to actually get something on the plate, but nobody else assisted in that. I feel as if Guardians, they have so much potential in terms of like their gun skill and aggressive nature that they can pull out of nowhere, but everybody in the team needs to do that, not just 1 or 2 players. You cannot just rely on 1 or 2 players to single-handedly always be that first guy in. You need to be a team, and you need to communicate.
Well, drones are coming out from KDS, and he's going to confirm the presence of a bandit trick going through here. Hopefully this means that someone does move through onto that gym window, and there we go, flashes are going to go down. So a few tricks does come out, and they're going to not be able to get that wall anytime soon. It will be opened up successfully. That's one of the walls accomplished here for Guardians, as drones will continue to flood into the site. That's exactly what is going on. They've also got drones up on the flank, up in bar, so this is good drone work coming out so far from Guardians. I like this angle from Kano as well. From a strip roof. Yeah,
it's a nice one to try and hold down to make sure nobody peeks your guys in the south windows, but you are still in taking a man away who could be pushing the bomb site. Half of the round gone already, and look at Panic go! Just panics a couple of shots there, but still backs on away. Doesn't lose anything for it, but doesn't really gain anything either. PCD lurking in kitchen. Wonder what he's up to. Why would he be there?
I think just for the logistics drop. He's got a nitro, right? So he can just play down there and do what he can through there. But it's going to be the bandit off the board. Great pick coming up from Senkai and Wag off the board. That is a nitro down. Black Dragons at a man disadvantage now, as drones are downstairs and able to see these flankers go down. Panico, desperate to find this drone, is not going to be able to find it just yet.
Minute to go. Black Dragons, theoretically, with everything they have on board, should be able to hold this. I wouldn't say that Guardians are in like the best position to try and take this. They will try and open up the bathroom wall. Is Live thinking what I think he's going to try and do, and that's just play aggressive as all heck, and yes, he will do. Inside of Jim now, has to be careful he doesn't get killed from the window. That's the roam game still being taken care of from below, but Live could be the man to end this all for Guardians if he plays his cards right, and here comes the push in from Sledge. 1 done. Let's see if Live can get any more. Yes, he can. A double from him. Now there's going to be the man outside of South Window he has to deal with. Yet again, 1 more player pushing in through Jacuzzi, and there's the kill from said window that we talked about now, 2v3. Panico, who missed all his bullets. Why are you using that? You only have 2 bullets left in your shotgun for some reason, and now it basically is going to be a 1v2. G-Hen, can he pull this off? Can GTN make it happen? No, the cover. Oh my word, Guardians pull it off. What a round.
Absolutely emotional. He actually did get the down out of it, but no, he will be eliminated out of the round, and Guardians will take it. So they keep themselves in the running here on a 4-2. Black Dragons had a pretty decent defense. They had a couple of very, very close calls, but ultimately they'll end up with the advantage moving into the second half. So now they have to attack, and already you see a very different lineup coming out from Black Dragons than what Guardians were bringing.
I kind of feel as if this is like turned into more of the main event of the night, isn't it? It is the Alien versus Predator.
How'd you figure that?
Is that horror, or is that more sci-fi?
I think it's more sci-fi.
You think? But then, but Alien was like a
horror. Yeah, and Predator individually.
Predator was more like
action.
Whenever
horror.
Arnie's there, it has to be considered an action movie.
Okay, what about Predator 2?
Attackers need to locate
I don't know.
bombs.
That's a rough one. What about Alien versus Predator 2? See, so many, just so many ifs and buts.
Yeah, there's a lot to it there.
If candy and nuts, something like that. I forget what that one goes, but something. But anywho, back onto it. And Black Dragons, they have the attack in their hands. And look, they're not crazy. They bring Havana along with the Thermite.
I like the
Wow.
Jackal picker as well, because there is a pretty aggressive roam coming out from Guardians, and
10 seconds
this
left.
Jackal is going to be easily able to shut that whole thing down. I do actually not mind a roam game here on Armory, especially with like new Clubhouse, because, well, when I say new, it's not really new anymore, but with the fact that you can rotate down secret stairs and stuff like that now, it's still like quite easy for you to get back to site. And I think it's good for like just denying drones in the early game. But Panico's actually managed to find his drone all the way into sight already. That was great drone work from Panico.
Straight in. No mucking about. And, well, Black Dragons, they're looking to try and hold this roam game as fast as they can. Already a man inside of Garage, looking to interrupt in through Catwalk. I like this position, though, from Live, opening up that logistics hatch, which sometimes is left alone by many defenders. They don't really expect this play. They more expect it solely coming in from Garage side. And this could get Live a kill if he plays his cards right. KDS falls back, has those goo mines, and, well, we've already seen how dangerous those can be for the Church defense. Alibi, I'm guessing, is picked up for the MX4 Storm. You know, it's definitely one of the better SMGs that you can pick up. But still very slow for Dragons, just trying to make sure they get their bearings right. Oh, what a shot coming in from Kingstar. And Panico, that's him dead, and he will have to take an early snooze this round. So Black Dragons down a man, Guardians up a man. They have control.
Yeah, looking very, very good for Guardians indeed on this particular round, but Black Dragons really moving very slowly to try and deal with this roam game. PZD has managed to find his way up onto Secret. He does see one that is there. And the dueling out does come from the Legion, but he's going to find himself in a crossfire very, very soon. If PZD continues to push this, and he goes down regardless. That's a nice pickup by KDS.
Refrag, though. That helps them a lot. GDN pushes on in, hits the head. And now we do see a 4 versus 3, but still everything stacked up against Black Dragons. No hatches really open that they can play off. Amana has to try and open up Mo hatch, more importantly. Alibi will be spotted out by the Inox, but that doesn't really help them whenever she has no intention of moving from her position. No nades either from Dragons, so they don't have anything to eliminate said position. And this just looks as if Black Dragons, they've stopped. They can't pick it up again, and I feel as if even themselves, they know that there's not a lot of things they can do apart from play for the frags, and even at that, with 30 seconds on the clock, the time is always going to be against you.
Yeah, definitely is against them. Live's going to put down a smoke grenade to see what he can do to try and push in deep here. And continue to put those smokes down up on the board as we see a bit of a dirt and looks like an Arsenal push coming out from Wag here as well, as he's managed to open up the hatch. Live has managed to make his way down onto the oil pit as well to try and push down the opposite way, but GDN's managed to find a Legion mine stuck in his foot. Nitro will go out from behind the church wall, and he'll go down. Kano with a double kill at the end there. That's going to be King Star who finishes it all out. Guardians looking much, much better here as they move onto the defense, and honestly, I see them bringing this in.
Really? From, what, 4-2 deficit right into the faces of Dragons? I don't know, man.
Black
still have
Dragons
faith.
are so bad at clearing the roam game from Guardians across the series so far. Especially on Bank, anytime that we've seen a roam from Guardians, it's been successful. And I really thought that, you know, if Black Dragons were able to successfully clear that roam, then it's fine. Then they should be able to clear Clubhouse, no problem. But Clubhouse can be a map where it's very, very easy to do an aggressive roam.
They are a lot better at attacking bomb sites where they know they don't have to go up against roamers. You look at what Bank kind of offered them. You know, their lockers was like pretty decent in how they kind of attacked those. You even look back to Villa, our first map of the night. The two ones that they did win, well, they won 3 attacks, but primarily the two we were looking at was the trophy, and you don't really have to hunt roamers for trophy anyway for the attack. So yeah, like I said, very... you know, not the best just of taking control of the roam game, and definitely Guardians, they have always had that upper hand, but perhaps we just go back to the whole, oh, well, it's just a defender-sided map.
Yeah, and that's also an element. It is very, very defender-sided, and well, we'll have a look at how that's going to be playing out exactly as we see the Maestro going to be putting his default Maestro cam up there into the top of the stairs up at the Garage Rafters. Garage Rafters could be a very essential place to start putting all your utility down and just holding it on. We saw earlier that when we had that like weird mirror setup from Elevate, that the Garage Rafters was like very essential. We've also seen PZD be able to clutch it out from there before.
Uh-huh.
I prefer this shield to what the shield that Blood Dragons were doing.
Yeah, but then the shield can also be shot from the construction window, though.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Which
I mean,
is like the only
barricade
worry
could
you
also,
have.
I guess, yeah. Well, we'll see how things do go down. So Van charges are going to be going down from Wag. That's going to be cutting off that cross just on the top of the garage raft. There's like a little window. You'll be able to see up onto that window, be able to cut off that cross.
Yeah. So Wall is being bandited, and now it's up to Dragon to see how they can try and take apart the bandit trick. Thatcher does go in. But, as we can see, KDS is lurking, ready to go with the electric battery. And there's Sophia stuns, and the wall will be opened up. So step 1, confirmed for Black Dragons. Now step 2 will be to take control of the catwalk, and Maestro, well, he's ready for the fight.
PZD going to be with the deep drones here to see what's going on in the site and what kind of setup they've got going for them. Black Dragons might be actually quite happy just with a straight up site push here, because there's actually not a lot of plant denial coming out from Guardians. We've got maybe 1 or 2 nitros, some smokes, but if you go in this early, you can deal with quite a lot of that. GDN recovering his thermite charge as well, so maybe an exothermic, so oh, never mind! It's going to be GDN off the board as the quick pick comes out from Kano from construction. That was a really good pick from Kano.
That gets them going, and like we know for Black Dragons, if they lose that first man, they cannot just get anything on the board. They just fall apart, they crumble under the pressure. It's too heavy for them to carry. So droning out in towards the bedroom side of things, and there will be Kano again, who puts another one in the grave, and now it's a 3-on-5.
Smokes are going to continue to go out, however, from Guardians, making sure that no one can push them, and they're still very worried about Kano, and they're still chasing this. And we've got less than a minute left on the board for Black Dragons. They need to start moving. They need to start doing something. They can't be worrying about Kano on this roam, but they're going to go for this construction side push. So they start to need to eliminate him. Kano finds another one! Oh my god, Kano's just eliminating people and putting them in the dirt. Panico eventually will trade it, but wow, what a roam game from Kano. It's really been successful, and this is looking like a Guardians win all the way through. Black Dragons find themselves in a 4v2 with only 20 seconds left to go on the clock. PZD will move in. He takes down Kingstar. This is definitely recoverable. EMPs are going to go down. PZD finds himself deep inside. Finds another one. There goes Brady, but Guardians come through the reach frags, and round number 8 will be all them.
Oh no. Ah, Black Dragons, what are you doing to me? You're throwing. Why? I just don't know, man. Whenever they lose that first blood, they fall apart. It's really tough to see a team rely so heavily on the first round momentum. Like, sure, we know that always going to give you like it's always going to be tough trying to play without, you know, the one man right off the pick. But that's where really great teams excel, is whenever you can pull back those disadvantages, whenever you can say in the face of defeat, saying, no, sure, we lost the first guy, that doesn't matter, I'm still alive, I can still go and frag. And it looks as if we're going to be headed to a rehost as Wyke has unfortunately left us. And, yeah.
Well, we'll see if he can reconnect, but we'll see a gym bedroom defense coming back anyway. It looks like it'll be a rehost coming through, so
we are back in. 4-4, all square, all to play for. Gym and bedroom for Guardians expected. What's their setup going to be?
I think it's kind of interesting that Brady would 6-pick off the Valkyrie onto the castle, but I think it's kind of obvious that you would bring the castle. Although, to be fair, like, Black Dragons didn't even bring a castle during their gym defense, but I don't know, like, that kind of 6-pick just says to me they're trying to hide the site that they're going to, but it's kind of obvious that the site that they are going to go to. I think you'd have to be suicidal to go to Bar at this point. In this particular matchup, we have seen Bar previously. It's not been successful, but, you know, I guess we'll see how things do go down with the rest of this series. This is just going to be the round for Black Dragons. If they lose this, I think they're out. I don't think they'd be able to close out the series. I think they're completely out of the tournament.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
But if they win, then okay, they stand a chance.
Potential.
They could, you know, they can bring this to OT, or they can close it out before then. They definitely need one of those core sites, but this is not looking good at all for Black Dragons. Guardians have been looking pretty impressive, but as we said, this site is much harder to roam on.
Yeah, you don't have that same freedom. You kind of set up for that extension, which we touched upon, and they will do the same as what Black Dragons had. as overlay's missing, but that's fine. We'll get that fixed.
There we go. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm so used to watching clean feeds without an overlay.
Yeah. I feel sorry for anybody who has to watch a stream for a Discord call, because that's like the worst thing to do.
That is definitely getting there.
Intriguing from Guardians that they've actually reinforced that main cache wall as well, and they've just Kai tricked it. My word, this we said Black Dragons needed a good start this round. Yeah, that's not what you want. That's not what they're looking for.
Yeah, it's definitely not a great start. For those of you who don't know, the reason that you do this kind of cache hold extensive, it also does kind of force a room clear in a way, but it's also you can open up an angle from that construction wall in cache, and that can go all the way onto the gym window. But it's going to be Wag who picks up the very first kill of the round. Looking good for him so far, as that's going to be Kaid off the board.
Okay, Dragons, how will you try and come back from this? You've lost some Abana pellets. Thermite wall still is intact, but you have got that first pick, which is what you've so dearly needed. And to be fair for Dragons, on their attacks, I feel as if they can work well under pressure. Like, I feel as if they're that kind of team, like the old Vitality, where even if they have 10 seconds left, they can still make it happen, they can still make it work. Whenever they have that man advantage, they have that manpower. If Live picks off the Jaeger, then this is looking oh so sweet for Dragons. But they're just taking their time, trying to hold it, and Live's just waiting for somebody else to try and assist him. Oh, the gunfight comes in, C70 and 416. They trade blows. Brady does eliminate Habana, and now Live is in a rough position.
Yeah, Live looking good on that Jackal to try and put some damage still in, and that roam clear. Things are still looking good for Black Dragons here to try and bring this in. They are running out of that time, but as you said, time shouldn't really be a factor for a good coordinated team. GDN's actually managed to sneak his way all the way into the site, and he finds Kano. Oh my god, but he does get traded out himself. That's Diffuser down deep in sight as Brady picks up another one for Live, and it's all down to Panico to try and bring this in. This is not good for him. 30 seconds left to go on the clock. Diffuser's down in sight. He's got barbed wire to deal with as well, but trying to make his way through onto logistics. It looks like not. No, he's going to back up right into someone. And no, he's going to go down for it. Guardians are flawless on their defenses right now. And unless Black Dragons pull off a miracle right now, I think they're done for.
Yeah, I honestly think they're done at this stage. I don't see them breaking Church. I don't see them breaking Cash. Clearly, they can't even break Gym. What's the point? You know, what can they do here? Not at all. So, yeah, man. It's just Black Dragons, the end is near. I think that the world is ending for them. They've looked into the TV. They got the phone call. They only have 3 rounds to live, and that's them done.
That was a good one. Good bit of Ring reference.
Yep.
You must have been through them all now. I can't think of a single horror movie you haven't referenced yet.
Yeah, I think I'm done. I haven't really been able to fit in, like, Halloween reference. Well, like, not like Halloween the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't really said much about Michael. Yeah, just is what it is. I've done well tonight. I'm proud of myself. How many puns have I done? I must be over 50 at least.
Too many.
Has to be over 50. I honestly might go back and just, like, whenever I get back home, I'm just going to edit this specific VOD just for puns to see how many I actually did, just for curiosity. And also have the references beside it. Make a full video on it.
Sure.
Slap up on YouTube. Easy.
So, we'll see round number 10 getting underway, and we'll see exactly how this is going to be playing out. We do see the Monty being brought by Black Dragons. A good bit of change up in strategy coming up from them. Potentially looking to the fact that Guardians don't bring a Legion for this downstairs defense like Black Dragons normally do, so maybe we'll see that kind of blue take coming through.
10 seconds to go.
Big fan of a blue take with a Monty. I think it does work quite well.
5 seconds remaining.
Monty, is this the saving grace that they needed? Is this an operator that makes Guardians panic, makes them sweat? No Legion, which is good for Monty. The only thing stopping him would be the Toxic Babes, and if Smoke starts tossing him out around 1 minute 30, that's never going to be a great idea to use. And on a specific operator rule, sure, you can kind of see the reasoning, but in the long term, it doesn't help them whenever the looming threat could just fall at any moment. Curiosity as well from Guardians to not go for the roam game, which is what they went for last time. Anchoring down, do you want to give Black Dragons all that setup with really nothing to impose them? I would go with no.
Well, we'll have a look at exactly how this is going to be played out. there's not a big roam game coming out right now from Guardians, it looks like. As we'll see, most operators have dedicated themselves to that downstairs fully defense. Big change up from what they were doing last time, where we saw Guardians playing really aggressively up onto the secret sets, especially with the Legion. But they haven't brought the Legion this time, so...
No. No Legion. Black Dragons, I think they're just still scared of the potential roam game that could easily have came out from Guardians this time around. So it has got in their heads. Live looking to push down in towards blue. That ping will go off, and it has managed to catch the scent of the bandit. But still, that Jaeger is the man he has to try and fight against. KDS is trying to impact, trick in towards that kitchen hatch, and also does have... No, not even electrical. He's used all of them. So just impact tricking for him. Nobody from Black Dragons has made any real headway of like pushing down dirt either, which I'm a little bit curious of, is why that hasn't been opened up. And there's no Habana, which is another worry.
Yeah, no, that is a big worry here. I think this is mainly Black Dragons. They need to go for like blue and church push if they really want to make something successful.
Oh, are they going Moto?
Hatch
Okay.
is opened up, so...
Yeah, this is Guardians round to lose right here.
Yeah, this is definitely looking pretty good, actually, for Black Dragons to be able to push in. They've not got a lot of time to deal with right now, however. Monty will start to push his way in onto that Moto. Live will pick up the opening frag onto Kingstar, and they actually now have that blue control. Zenkai just trying to deal with that blue control, of course, by then going for those pre-fires. Powerful Alder, but they've actually managed to find their way into church right now. As Brady throws out a smoke, he's going to be able to see the Monty straight into sight. They're not able to deal with this just yet, as Brady looking for some sort of entry here as it push down to main stairs. You'll see the Zofia and takes him out, but no, it's going to be KDS who picks up that kill as GDN finds one onto Brady. Now, Black Dragons with it all to do as Wag finds one. What a great pre-fire as well, going down as KDS finds one, but he's got to find 3 more if he wants to bring this in. GDN going to go for the plant. 5 seconds, let's go on clock, but no, it will be eliminated as the diffuser has gone down. It's all KDS to bring in. He's still got 2 impacts up. He could use them to his advantage, but he's going to bring out the pistol. What? Oh!
What in the world was that? Reloads the main gun. Monty, oh, unfortunate. You will not pass. I know that's not a reference, but hey, that's literally what it is. And yeah, KDS, this is just unfortunate. You hate to see it. Oh, go on, shoot him out.
Oh, he managed to get past him as well. This could be good. This could be good for him. He's going to try and desperately get past, but no! He's going to get shut down as Black Dragons finally will take their first attack here on Clubhouse.
Oh, it's getting tense, James. Oh, it's 5-5 right now. Monty's has worked a treat for them, but still, we need to see more from Dragons, I feel. We need to see a lot more. Church again now for Guardians. Will we see the Montagne again? And will we potentially see a Legion? And yes, straight in for KDS. The Legion's there and Monty locked in. Still no Habana. Still no Habana. That's a worry.
This castle's an interesting pick from Kano. I wonder if he's going to 6-pick this or if the Monty will get 6-picked as well. But yeah, there we go. Bandit is going to be moved through from Kano. No Jackal coming through from Live. That's a big change for him. He's going to be bringing Habana this time. Habana, as you said, kind of a must-pick here on Clubhouse.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Black Dragons, honestly, were like pretty lucky that it did work, because on paper, pushing through one door never is like the best idea, but that first opening pick from Kingstar to eliminate the man in blue alleviates so much pressure that you could just have free access down towards blue. The fact that Maestro and Dirt didn't pick up any kills was like a big blunder as well. If he even got one, it would have really been up in the air for anybody to catch. So Legion has been brought in to specifically counter the Montagne. I feel as if that is going to work. We already seen from previous matches before, like Orclus and G2 on Villa. Pengu tried to bring Montagne, it just didn't work because Chaos was then running the Legion and then also Rips in the Echo. Doesn't work, just doesn't work. That Legion is so pesky to try and deal with, and it's very difficult to get rid of them in such short concession. And the fact that Legion can constantly make them and use them at his free will is like the big, I think, takeaway from him, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be. It's just going to generally just be a very annoying threat here as well. With no IQ and, you know, limited Thatcher usage, it's going to be very, very hard to go for that blue clear. Or maybe even just like the straight Moto push that they did last time. I think both of them can be good from Monty. but we'll see exactly how they want to implement this so far. I'm kind of surprised that Guardians aren't going to be more aggressive here, because the last time they were aggressive, and they did a roam game, but we've been saying it the entire series, they've been doing really well with their roam game. Potentially that's also why the Monty's been brought here as well, because Monty can do well to shut down a really aggressive roam game.
Alrighty, Dragons, you do have the Habana, which you love to see it for this particular site. Not really lacking anything. Perhaps nades would be a big thing that they could have added into the lineup to assist with the blue control, but I still think they'll be alright by being able to use the Sophia. Hatches do get opened up, and what's he plan? What's he up to?
I think he's like trying to find the place where he has to be to throw it onto main stairs.
It's like lining up the shots,
Yeah.
isn't it? There you go. It's like another game that I play quite a bit that kind of, you have to do that quite a lot. He's aiming for the Zig C4, that's what he wants to go for.
So, Wag has managed to find his way all the way into the bottom of the main stairs here. Lots of breach charges going out from Black Dragons here to try and get that vertical play up on the go. Those sea drones going out ahead of him. But we have a minute left to go on the clock. There's still plenty of time for Wag to do what he can here. PZD above. We're draining it all out. And this is still very slow from Black Dragons, but there's no need to rush.
No need to rush. Exactly. Time is your friend. Maestro does start lining up the Habana, and Monty starts creeping his way into bomb site. They're going for the armory, but KDS has spotted out the Thermite. Take a back seat. A GN right now for GDN as he's picked up 2, but then there's Maestro with the response onto life. Diffuser are being planted. Wag is able to try and commit and stop this. He is the human wall. Kano just runs straight at them. He knows exactly where to look, but the cover above, Black Dragons, this is phenomenal from them. They've managed to crack the code wide open.
And it's all down to the Maestro Senkai, but he's going to be trapped in church, but no! Into dirt! Sorry, as GDN is going to go down, but yeah, he has absolutely no way of getting past this Monty. He's trapped in dirt, and yeah, it's completely over right now. But there is going to be someone pushing him from the opposite side right now. The bait comes through, but no, Black Dragons take the round regardless. And PZD will score it down. So Black Dragons actually put themselves onto match and series point right now.
All of a sudden, this shield has been the answer for Black Dragons. This specific operator, where Black Dragons were looking miserable on the attack. It was a real pain to watch their attacks unfold, but this shield has completely changed the format for everything they've went for, and even more interesting than that, Gym and Bedroom is going to be the final hold for Guardians. They had Cash open, they had Church open, no, they go for Gym. Why? Why did they go for Gym?
Well, clearly this downstairs is just not working for them at all. This Monty has been an absolute disaster push for them. They can't deal with this. They've brought everything they could to deal with it, and clearly it's just not happening. They're just too good with the shield. The Monty push has been great. They're just not even going to try and deal with it. They're going to go to a site this time, though. Monty isn't particularly effective here because there's a lot of crossfires that can be set up on Gym. It is a very small site.
It is a very small site. And can they make it happen for them? Can they make it work? Again, reinforcing in towards the cash room side of things. And we did see Drags actually struggle with opening up that wall. They weren't expecting the Electroclaw to be placed on it. Kano just going for a couple of hunts downstairs, looking for any drones he can find. And I don't know, man. Guardians now, they've let it slip. They have gave Dragons the opening, and Dragons like, oh, thank you very much, and they slid right in.
5 seconds to insertion.
Kano looking to go for a run out here. This is the Guardians I want to see. I want to see a run out here.
You either make the play or the play makes you.
Definitely, definitely. His camera, however, is going to get shot out, and Kano's going to continue to move back up. We do see a bit of a roam game dude coming out. Looks like we've seen a castle go all the way down to the basement there. This could be interesting.
Dragons for me right now, they have like completely changed their playstyle to be as slow and methodical as possible. So very EU-like, not what we're expecting from Latin America specifically, especially shield play. We don't expect that one bit, but hey, whenever we know it's working for them, then who are we to judge? So the wall is electrified. Need to try and pull in the Thatcher. Just have to be wary of a potential bandit trick, which is going to try and come in, but there's the classic Habana charge on one, Thermite charge on the other, and you can only choose one side. Doesn't even get both of them. Just opened up now they're in, and this is where Montagna can become that human drone of all that intel being gathered. And even to the fact that they still have another set of X-Kyroses and another set of Thermite charges means that Bathroom is also available for them.
Yeah, and that could be really devastating as well, like just pushing all the way into Bathroom. If you get a Monty into Bathroom, it could be the end of the world here for Guardians. Things could all be castled out as well, so a Bathroom push is looking very, very viable right now. As Wag has managed to push all the way up into the hallway. He's going to wait for this drone to come through and see what is the situation in Gym. What is the setup looking like? Because I think really the Monty, if he pushed into Gym, that would be suicide. But him just holding down the hallway is great.
I think it would be like a really good strategy if they try and go for the Gym plant. Yes, we know that there is hold along the bottom to deny anybody planting. What's stop them just planting behind Monty? Absolutely nothing.
Or Monty going for the reverse plant could also be...
smokes as
good.
well still that you can utilize to cover up crosses. And, well, there is the Bathroom open, and he has to flee in terror from the mighty killer that is the shield.
Yeah, this is really good work from Blood Dragon so far. They managed to get huge amounts of control and pushing all the way through. They do know there's someone in Gym still, however, as everyone's just pushing around this Monty. Yeah, this is really good.
This is exactly what you want. The man on main stairs specifically is where you want to see him. But the fact that they haven't got rid of the castle barricade on Gym window means that Jaeger can play aggressive. He has eliminated GDN. Diffuser is on the floor, but the refrag's there. Senkai, now he also is chipping in with his team, and this is where Montagna is pretty useless because he can't kill anybody. He just has to stand there and look pretty. The cover comes in, the plant from PZD, live, holding firm. C4 can still be ripped off and try and get some frags themselves. There's Kano. Now both of them trapped in a room. No way out. The frags come in and out. It's a 2v2. PZD opens up even more so. What a play from Black Dragons. What a 2v4 clutch. And Guardians, they fall beneath the foot of Black Dragons. Oh boy, what a way to finish it off.
Well, it was looking very, very squiffy there for a few rounds for Black Dragons, but eventually they found out that, oh, you just bring a Monty.
Yep.
And bam, they will manage to bring